This is it. You're scared, you're on the run, hiding in dark shadows, jumping at every sound. Today we're thinking about Stephen in Acts chapter 7. Cornered. He soon becomes the first martyr, giving his very life for his beliefs. The chapter ends in a sickening conclusion as he is dragged away and pummeled by stones from an angry crowd, literally stoned to death. So what does Stephen do in the face of this hideous upcoming execution? Does he recant his faith? Does he soften his line? Does he plead for mercy? Does he try and escape? None of these. Instead, he takes this opportunity, this final opportunity, in the very face of his enemies, in the very face of those with murderous intent in their eyes to kill him in cold blood. And he takes this opportunity to tell the story of God. The ancient story of how the God of Israel had saved his people time and time again. How he had redeemed them, rescued them, sent judges and patriarchs and kings and prophets to tell of his saving power and desire to be their God. The God of heaven and earth, the Alpha and Omega, reaching into history over and over to tell them that he wanted to be their God, offering forgiveness and mercy to every generation. And so Stephen does nothing to save himself. He wants to save his accusers, those who would stone him. He wants them to understand the stories that they know, the sacred texts speak of that Messiah that they long for, and that Messiah has come, and that they have killed him. And just as that Messiah, Jesus, had said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do," so this first martyr, Stephen, echoes those thoughts. Do not hold this sin against them. This man, chosen initially as an administrator, was now a truth-sayer, a prophet, speaking out the story and becoming the story. This man Stephen, picking up the cross, his cross, even unto death. His conviction that Jesus had risen from the dead cast out all fear in him. For the story of God was not finished in antiquity. Stephen's retelling continued the story for those who had ears to hear, those who were open to the prompting of God's Spirit. Of course, in Greek, the word for witness is martyr. Now, as Stephen becomes the first martyr to the life, death and resurrection of Jesus, so Saul will become a witness to Stephen's death. Yet this new death, tragic and vile as any untimely death, this new death would speak eloquently of a bigger picture, of a hope that goes beyond death, of a God who goes beyond the possible, of a story that continues through the millennia. Saul would soon become a new person, Paul, as he encounters the risen Jesus. He would then pick up the story and live it fearlessly even unto his death, taking every opportunity, regardless of danger, to tell the story of Jesus, the story of God, so that others, even his enemies, even those who might persecute him and eventually martyr him too, that even they could respond to this witness.